Hello everybody, today we're playing Castle of Alchemists. This is a game that recently went into 1.0. This is not a game that the devs sent me, which is usually what happens with these games you've never heard of. But instead, I bought this game way back when it first released, and barely played it because I really liked it, and I was waiting for it to finish so that I could enjoy it fully, which I do a lot. Castle of Alchemists, a safe haven for scholars, engineers, philosophers, and people of science shunned by their society. Nigh impenetrable, it protects its inhabitants from outside forces, but this attack came from within. So basically, it's a tower defense with like a focus around one character. Unknown invaders swarmed from portals within the castle before we could act, triggering the castle's defense mechanism and trapping us all together. As Legio Ferrata, army of the castle, we responded swiftly. However, we lost contact with... I should have read from the beginning instead of talking. Locate and retrieve our most valuable asset, Bellator de Alchemia, first of his kind and alchemically enhanced soldier of the Legion. His mutation cycle is not yet complete. However, we have no choice but to awaken him, for he is our only hope to retake the castle. So yeah, imagine imagine what's it called? Doom if it was a tower defense, or a tower defense game that featured a Doom soldier main character, and that's kind of what this guy is. He's kind of got Doom guy vibes. It said it had controller support, but it doesn't. It's not supporting my controller. So I don't know what the deal is with that. Okay, well, that's fine. Space. Maybe it has controller support if I enable Steam input or whatever, but whatever, it's fine. So, it's tower defense mechanics, and then we also have a guy that we can control who also attacks. And then he has a other melee weapon, tab swap. So it starts us out kind of like this, but like where it's like got us doing these like mantling and stuff like that. But I don't think we're going to be mantling that much. I think we're mostly going to be relying on our towers and stuff like that and sitting behind them and helping. It's a pretty interesting game, and as you saw at the beginning, there's CRT shaders in it. Consumable to use potion or whatever. Those little hook things that they have. I thought they were like little Lego minifigure hands or something for a minute. They gave me so many barrels to break. They know I love breaking barrels. Okay, there's probably nothing in these. Well, especially not right now. Okay, and that's one of our abilities. That's like a missile salvo thing, a rocket. Bomb. A trap. We'll just re-equip our shotgun and handle this the old-fashioned way. That's what I call my gun, old-fashioned. Some tanks that don't do anything. Oh, we can climb really high too. I thought it was just mantling from up high that we could do. Commander, we need to defend this position to secure our retreat to the base. No more than 15 enemies should pass this position. These are the available resources. Resources replenish each wave on your success. You can't see that because I'm in the way. These are the defensive structures you can build. You can enter cell mode by holding down the left shift key. You can construct powerful towers in elevated positions like this by clicking the tower button on the statue. You can check the type of enemies that will come in the info panel here, as well as their route on the mini-map. Click here when you want to start the wave. Click where? Oh, the next wave button. That makes sense. Good luck, Commander. Okay. Okay, so I'm like in build mode right now. Okay. So we got some spikes to place. We just take advantage of the chokes for now. They have to go a specific way, so we block that way. I think they'll try to go around the spikes if they can. I'm pretty sure they do. So I think we need these blocks here to block them. I still have some money left. Let's add one more trap here. Or here. Oh, we still got more traps to go. No, wait. Okay, now we're done. We got some blocks. So, there. Forcing them to go that way. And... okay, it costs money to do the ballista tower. Okay, so... we hold left shift to enter cell mode. Dang. I think we actually do need all of those. Maybe get rid of this trap. Nope, that still puts me at just under. Okay, so maybe... you know, that's fine. We'll save the money we have left over and hang on to that for the next wave. Need to build a tower to start the next wave, so I absolutely have to. Okay. Alright. There we go. And then we get to hop in, and we also get to run over there and shoot the things. Commence the shooting. So we can jump up front here and increase the multi-kill multiplier by getting in there and killing them when the traps do too. Or we can sit back and keep the stragglers away from the door. Easy peasy. After all, it was just the first stage. Spooky skulls. Oh yeah, so the CRT shaders I was talking about, those were cool. I would like it if more Pixel games did CRT shaders, because some games just look better with a CRT shader. But I also know that the people at home who didn't grow up with CRT TVs and playing retro games the way they were intended to be played, the way they were designed to be played, those people who didn't grow up with that probably don't have any attachment to that and don't understand why, but they just look better that way. Welcome back, Commander. Our group successfully secured the Iron Legion barracks at the Outer Rim and have established it as our small base of operations. Commander, the workshop is now operational with the help of the Master Ozlinen. She would like to speak with you regarding the creation of advanced traps for use on the field. You may find me in the war room, Commander. Let me know when you're prepared. We can choose our next steps. I'm so glad you arrived in time to save me, Commander. I am also surprised to see you alive and well, to be honest. As I operate the workshop, I will keep any traps we have operational. As you clear more areas, we can find more resources and plan to make new traps. Here you can choose to see which traps to add to your current loadout. We only carry 8 traps at a time because our limited movement in the castle. Our most traps have a variant version. You can choose between the version to use here. Some variants have basic upgrades while others change the trap completely. I'll go in... Sorry, I gotta stop recording as soon as I wake up. I'll go in with the scavenge... Damn, I did all that throat clearing and still sound like a frog. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. It's not easy. No, wait. This is the super deep, like, I'm sounding sick voice. It's good to know that I can do it first thing in the morning, too. Alrighty, then. I'll go in with the scavenge team to gather supplies and plans after you clear areas. You just need to finish missions to unlock new traps. Commander, welcome to the war room. I am here to help you plan and prepare for attacks against the enemy. Here you can choose a level to begin a mission and view relevant information about it. You can increase the difficulty of the levels for more rewards from here. For the moment, our access is limited to the entrance of the castle from the outer rims. As we advance, new areas will become available to us. Here you can review your trap and equipment loadout for the mission. As we currently do not have anyone to operate the workshop or craft items, our options are limited. Our primary objective is to rescue Trapmaster Ozlinen, as her expertise will allow us to construct more advanced defensive measures. Alright, so can I go back and develop some stuff with the person we have currently? Trap. Nope, it looks like this is just what we have. Alright. On to the war room. Player next stage. So, if I want to get more rewards and level up faster, I can increase the difficulty. That also changes the challenges. Win without using traps. Okay. Kill 25 enemies with the shoulder cannon. Equip all gear at tier 1. Deal 25,000 damage against invaders with a melee weapon. Okay, so I think this is our first actual mission. That last one was just the tutorial. So we want to deal 10,000 damage with melee, 10,000 damage with ranged, finish the level with 4 equipped vials, and kill 25 invaders with electric. Well, we don't have any electric, so let's just get started. Alright, where are they coming from? Here. And he's going all the way there. Okay, completely ignoring this main road. Alrighty. So, creating a funnel here should be pretty easy. Oops. We can do this. And then the ceiling traps cover a wide area because, you know, they're actually, like, placed on top of the ceiling. So, we'll put them here. Looks like they can't be placed directly next to each other. That's fine. And then we'll take this box here and this box here. Then they have to go through there. We got an extra spike trap that... No, wait, we can't place anymore. That should do it. Ceiling traps are expensive, probably because it's good, so hopefully that works. Rip and tear. Ye olde rip and tear. Ooh, that's effective. You don't gotta reload a hammer. Looks like I've got a stamina limit to keep me from swinging infinitely. Takes a long time for that rocket to reload. Alright, well, that was just wave 1 of 2. We got another wave to go. We got a lot more stuff to work with now. Okay, so since they have to follow that trap thing there, we can put another trap here, and they'll walk into that spike earlier. And it looks like they try to avoid the spikes by going down and then up. So we're going to put a spike trap there, and then we're going to put a block here and here. So now they're not going to try to walk downwards to get out of the way of the trap. They're going to walk forward, and then up and through it, taking the shortest route out. So every so often we just have to put an occasional blockade to keep them from doing that. Then we can just wait and see what they do. I wish this line was just constant and updated whenever you placed something. Okay, so they do just go straight through it. So see how like something as simple as just like one block entirely screws up their plans? But if that's the case, we only need one block. We don't need to do these 2 block things. Don't worry, that badoop noise was my controller turning off. Okay, that's fine. Actually, that might even be great, because it looks like they walk into the trap twice. So, we want as much coverage as possible with the ceiling traps. So yeah, every 2 spaces it looks like we need to put down a box. Yep. See, they hug it. Okay, so occasionally I'm gonna need to put down a second box there. They try to get around it, but they still think that the path is absolutely at its short... Oh. Some of them get creative. Okay, so you do need the 2 boxes on every single one. So every so often, one of them gets a brain cell and decides, okay, we need to go this way. Alright. Next wave. Rippeth and teareth until it is doneth. I just want to make sure that I get that challenge done. I don't know if I've done 10,000 damage yet or what that looks like. I don't think I get hurt by my own traps. I'm pretty sure I don't. That would suck if I did. I think they actually can't survive the traps that I put out. Okay. They can barely survive it. Put another trap down. Oh, that was a grenade. I didn't need to waste that. I'm the real final trap. Easy peasy again. Again, though, it's first stage. Oh, I didn't get 4 skulls? Oh, I probably didn't combo hard enough. Alright, and we definitely finished that 10,000 damage with melee one. I think we can repeat and get these other ones done. Deal 10,000 damage with ranged weapons. Finish the level with 4 equipped vials. I don't have 4 vials equipped. Kill 25 invaders with electric. We don't have electric yet. Total booby count 4.5. That's just too many booby. I'm simple. I like 2 booby. Kill enemies with 4 different elements in a combo. Okay, so these dual triad flux is for element damage. Alright, and then that's the amount of loot that we got from this. Apprentice Gilbert has been rescued. Oh, you want to let me read that before you close it on me? Apprentice Gilbert and Master Urian have started his work at Armamentarium Commander. That's a word. They wish to talk with you. Hello, Commander. Good to see you in one piece. I am Master Urian, headmaster responsible for your mutation cycle. We've dedicated this chamber to your personalized needs for mutations, combat training, and gears. Here you can review the details and select your mutations for combat training. Greetings, Commander. I am grateful for your rescue. I will be responsible for crafting experimental warfare that will aid you in the field of battle. It looks like that clock has legs and it's spreading them like it's beckoning me to come over. Alright, you zesty, you thoughty, naughty little clock. Here you can choose the schematic to use as a base for crafting. Each schematic can produce various versions of the same item with different abilities. From here, you can select the materials you use for crafting. Choosing higher quality materials increases the chances of producing a higher tier item. You can scavenge these resources on your missions. A single recipe can support multiple types with different functions, so you might want to change the type from here. When you're ready, you can craft the item from here. If you don't like the item you can make, you can recycle it for half the materials back. If you keep the item, it'll go to your inventory. There's an inventory limit of items you can keep. You can see how many items you can have in your inventory from here. You can equip your combat gear from here. There's a limit on how much weight you can carry. You can check your carry capacity here. You can change your consumable and shoulder cannon types from here as we unlock more types. You can dismantle unwanted items by dropping them here. We can recover half of the resources spent on them. I highly suggest crafting a new blast hammer, Commander. Any item we create will surely be better than the equipment you currently have. Alright, new blast hammer it is then. Oh, these get fancy. Okay, so they have different effects. When activated, it enhances the next attack with an explosion, with extra fire damage that lasts 20 seconds, with extra electrical damage that lasts for 20 seconds. We'll do electrical, and then maybe repeat that first mission. And then... oh, I can't add that. I can't add the super rare materials. Alright, let's just hope for the best. Tier 1. Womp womp. Increased crit chance by 100%. So it has 20% crit chance. That's pretty good. Weight reduction by 10. That's also good. Let's try a new Blunderbussy as well. Requires reloading after each shot. Increased magazine size with precision at the cost of power. Okay, so it's an assault rifle. Blunderbuss that releases an extra fire explosion that deals 300 damage up close and deals half of its damage as fire. Let's do the fire one so that we can combine fire and lightning. Although, actually, element combinations would probably be done best with traps. So I think we're going to do the chain gun for accuracy. Ooh, tier 2. Releases saws on reload. That sounds good. Piercing +1. Piercing is great. Ranged buff on acrobatics. Yep, that's a pretty good one. Alright, and then let's go over to my armory. Equip that. Equip that. Dismantle that. Dismantle that. Alright, and then let's go over to mutate. Just a second, grabbing my water. Alright. Let's see how this stuff works. Increases the cooldown, reduces the cooldown of vials by 7. Increases the duration of clockwork by 10%. Increases the radius of turrets by 10%. Increases the damage of booby traps by 10%. Yep. What did that consume? It's not letting me click it again. Or anything else. Okay, so I think it's probably skill points. Okay, so right side is trap and equipment related. Left side is character related. Alright. Let's go ahead and go back. So yeah, I believe that's my skill point system. I level up and I spend the points there. We got a new trap. Oil. Applies oil to enemies and leaves an oil puddle. Ooh, if I knew I had that, I probably would have chose the fire thing. Applies oil to enemies and leaves an oil puddle. That's all I have. Okay, yeah, if I had fire, that'd be pretty good. Maybe we should go back and create that fire cannon. Oh, okay. This is something else. Escape to return. Okay, let's go back in and do another stage. Stage. So I can do the lava passage next, or I can go back and do the frozen corner again, this time with electric stuff. I think we'll just go on to the next area. New enemies. Warriors. Okay. Let's... I hope there's more stages than this, because I remember there being this many stages last time I played, which was a long time ago. But there's probably more zones. I just have to finish it. So let's see. How do I... Oh, there it is. The start button should be on the right side, honestly, next to the maps. Alrighty. Seeing which way they go first. Let's, of course, add a ballista fella. And then they're going over here. Okay. So... it's risky. I could create a barricade, a wall of stuff right here, and force them to sit there and wait for the... yeah, force them to sit there and wait for this guy to kill him. Alright, and that's all my money. Let's maybe sell that one. Maybe sell the back row. So that we can afford a ceiling trap. This does 65, and that's also 65. So that would total to 130. So we can do this, and then we can also do an oil trap. And the oil trap leaves an oil puddle. I don't remember that Does that slow them? Let's just add another cannon here. Here. Okay. Now this will be either a great idea or a terrible idea. I'm guessing they're going to break through that barrier immediately. I can hit them through the barricade. Ooh, they die quick. Okay, this worked out a little better than I thought it was going to. I think I broke my own barricade, maybe. I don't think I can break my own barricade. I was expecting a chain gun. It looked like a chain gun. It's not. It's another shotgun. But it gets extra shots, at least, before I have to reload. Stop lighting me on fire, damn it. Okay. So the barricade thing kind of worked. I think I need multiple barricades. Because they did eventually break through it. And I don't know if it was my fault, like I was dealing damage to my own barricades. I don't think I was, but who knows. So I think if we do multiple barricades, it'll work. We got enough for another trap. Let's do it here. Alright. This'll probably work. I mean, the last one did. Dang, the ballistic guy can hit multiple guys with one shot. I forgot to look at the challenges before this. This is going well. A little too well. A little suspiciously well. What do they got planned? They got like an ogre in the background waiting to come out? I think it's time I start playing on the higher difficulty, maybe. I'm too smart. I didn't even need the backup. Then I realized they were playing against a Bloons Tower Defense Pro. Oh yeah, I also have the trap behind the wall that can hit them if they get into the corner here. Easy peasy. Could have sleepwalked through that one. I could have not shot, probably. Crushing victory. Alright. Looks like we didn't save anyone. Let's go back to the workshop, see what our new trap is. Saw blades. Deals continuous damage when activated, conducts electricity. Okay, well, I do have something with electricity. Okay, that's what it looks like. I think that's better than the spike traps because they continuously go off. It costs 40, which is just 5 more than the... What's it called? The needles. But can I see their damage values? 50, 150. Okay, so that's where the difference is. Check out the armamentarium. Mutate first. I should have 1 point. I wish I could see that 1 point. Oh, there it is. It's right below the little mask thingy. Alright, we can make the traps do 20% more damage. Well, if it's 10% and the saw blades do... If the spikes do 150, that means that the saw blades actually do 15 more damage, which means 165. So if we got it to 20%, they would do 180. Which would be pretty good. But if I'm using small damage but high DPS, the percentage isn't going to help as much. For that, I would rather have flat values. But this is good for the spike trap strategy for right now. Increase the physical damage of weapons by 10%. Decreases stamina cost of melee weapons by 10%. That'd also be pretty good. Increases the element damage of weapons by 10%. Increases the critical chance of ranged weapons by 2% additively. Okay, so that just goes straight onto it instead of multiplying like the weapon descriptors do. I still don't have any turrets, so I don't want to put any points into turrets. Well, actually, I had those ceiling traps that I think count as turrets. Let's check out the character abilities. Improve your critical chance by 5, and crit damage by 20% additively. So that's on everything. So that would be better, because that increases my crit chance across the board. Dodge chance increased by 8. Total stamina by 10%. Weight capacity is increased by 13 to 13, and acrobatics cost reduced by 20. Kill 3 enemies in 3 seconds to gain 10% HP back once per 15 seconds. That would actually be pretty handy. You gain 4 damage absorption, so I just take 4 less damage. That would also be handy. Your total hit points increased by 200. My current is 1,000. I think we're going to go with crit, because that's going to increase damage across the board. And then we've got a new thing, Explosive Flask. We can increase the damage of my bombs. Oh, and I can use my rare materials now. Let's try the fire one. Only a 2. It does piercing. Releases sauce on reload. And explosive rounds plus 30%. Let's try... The current hammer's probably fine, but it's only a level 1. Let's get a new bomb. We have massive damage in an area. Damage in an area and blinds. Damage in an area and stuns. Let's do damage in an area and blinds. Wait. They have different cooldowns. Well, this one's the fastest, so we'll do this one. It's also got the second most damage, so I'm not losing out that much. Was that a tier 3 that I just made? Decrease cooldown by 10%. It's already really fast, so that's 9 seconds. Applies bleed. Ooh, that's good. And increase crit chance by 15%. It doesn't have a crit value on it, I don't see. But we'll keep it because it was a tier 3. Let's make another Blunderbussy. Another tier 1. Fire explosion on acrobatics, cluster bomb on acrobatics. I will say no to that one. I'm out of materials though. I can't make a higher quality one. I can only make tier 1s. Alright, so let's equip the new bomb. Oh, that's right. I can have multiple bombs equipped. Increase damage by 20%. Reduce cooldown. Do that there, because I won't need to press it as much. Maybe I can remap those to my hotkeys on my mouse. And then we got Dragon Blunderbuss, which does piercing, releases saws on reload. Less crit chance. Oh, I'm almost over encumbered. Get some of those materials back, and then see if we can craft another fire one. If I'm going to use a fire one, I want it to be really good. Come on, tier 3. Nope, tier 2. Chill release on acrobatics, explosive rounds, fire explosion on dodge. No thank you. Alright, well, back to the war room. Making war, not love. The first lecture hall. Frozen guys again. And we'll get an electric tower, shooter trap saws, and impaler trap gore. Gore. Let's real quick. Where do I check my settings? Gotta go back to the main menu, don't I? Skill 1. Do I have mouse click for anything? No, I didn't. Okay. Well, let's do that. And then that is 3. Because that's right above my fingers. I can reach that easily. Alright. Let's get back in there. Those people won't murder themselves. It's time for violence. My gamer brain is like, go farm, go farm, go farm, go farm, go farm. Repeat the other stages, keep farming. Get your levels super high so that you dominate more easily. Do they both converge at the same location, though? Yes, they do. So we need to protect this hallway here. Get our ballista fella. This is the place that matters, because they all meet up here. So, can't put traps on the stairwell. Here, here. 25, so, and then here, here. 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 Actually, maybe... That's 40. I need my blockade still. Okay, it looks like I don't have enough for another one of those, so I guess we'll put... I don't think we necessarily have to place that last trap. I think we're fine with this. It worked last time. Okay, so it's like the regular shotgun, but fire. The music goes hard. The reload's quick enough that I can just spam it. I don't think they've hit the wall yet. Looked like that guy blocked some of my shots. Yeah, I like having multiple grenades. The Vikings never saw it coming. They can't handle my powers of science! I haven't even fired the cannon yet. Let's do that for fun. Whee! That was fun while it lasted. I'll never be able to fire it again. Ooh, 3 waves. It's gonna get spicy. Alright, let's... Let's do those saw blades. I was gonna do it here and here, so they're less likely to avoid it. And it looks like some may even just choose to walk right through it. We can also do this, so that they have to walk through it. Can add some more of these traps. I wish I backed up the wall a little bit. Still got another saw trap. Speaking of saw traps, we were watching the Saw movies again last night. Well, we watched Saw 4 or 5. And Blythe was like, this is one of the best Saw movies ever. And I'm like, it's a little... I think I liked it better when Saw was more of a slasher kind of thing that also had philosophical overtones, and now it's just kind of like it's trying too hard like to have this massive story and justify having, you know, way too many movies. I think I got lost. So I think this padding is fine. Like I said, the problem is I've got some money to spare. I guess we'll put some extra blocks here, so they have to enter from the very front. Okay. I think we're ready to go, because this wall was untouched the whole time. Rip and tear. I have no idea how effective the wall is going to be. The answer is pretty effective. They're not making it very far. Also, check out that combo. Crazy. Okay, they're getting closer. They found out the secret to disarming all traps. Throw enough people at them. Maybe the blood will make the gears rust. Oh, my combo finally ended. Alright, we're gonna have to enter cell mode and push those walls back and add more traps. Add more spike traps. Sell those. Let's see, 4 of these would cost 100, so I need to leave at least 100 behind. You know what, this may work out perfectly. Then, we don't have a bucket. Maybe if I spared just a little bit of money, I could put an oil trap down in front of this and maybe slow them down. I don't think an oil trap can be placed on the stairwell. Yeah, it can't. Can be placed here, though, and affect them. Or there. Hmm. The saw traps are cheaper than the spike traps, I think. No, the spike traps are cheaper. But I wonder if I did nothing but saw traps, would that be more effective? No, because there's a chance that it would straight up miss them. I think we might have to do a little goo. Can't put it in the hallway that leads to my base. So I think here or here. Oh, I think this hits more of them. It's not going to hit all of them, but the point is that it's going to make it so that they have to, that they come a little more staggered. Then we got a saw blade still that we can afford. What if I instead removed a centerpiece of this wall here? Like this. And then put the goo there. Yeah, that hits all the blocks. And then I can put this wall back here. Wait, how much of the walls? 25. I can also do this. Double the goo. Yeah, that works. That's a lot better. Let's see how effective the trap is. I gotta be way up here for a minute. Well, it's making them a lot more flammable, that's for sure. And I do like it when my enemies are flammable. Oh, they can walk right past the oil traps, though. So those walls are kind of pointless now. But every single enemy that comes through is oiled. Alright, well, I know it works. Let's trust the process. Yeah, this is working out pretty well. Most of them aren't getting anywhere near me. I don't think the saw traps are even really doing anything. It's just, I think the oil. I might have to start doing like the spike traps and then putting puddles of oil between the spikes. That was actually really easy. That last round was really, really easy. Impaler Gore Trap. It looks like it takes up a single square. Although it looks like a dude gets stuck on it, so I don't know if it's going to reload. And then the Shooter Saw Traps. I'll be interested to see how those work out. Master Towersmith and the Deer has been rescued. We can now upgrade towers at the workshop. Towers. Oh, so probably the things where the ballista can stay on them. Master Nadir has taken up residence in the workshop and begun working, Commander. He would like to speak with you. Oh gosh, I don't have a voice for him. Let's just do the super deep voice. It's great to see you awake from your hibernation, Commander. I spoke a lot. We need you more now than ever. I'll operate the towers in the workshop when you unlock more tower plans, we can build different kinds of them. You can choose variant versions of each tower here. You don't have to put towers in your loadout. We'll bring enough resources for each tower to the mission. Just choose which variant you want to use and find a good place for them in the mission. Not all parts of the castle have a suitable base for a tower. Alright. Let's see. Shooter saws shoot saws that run through enemies until they hit a wall. That would have been good for the mission I was just on. Because it's got that long hallway. Impaler. Single target trap. If it kills, primes self with the cadaver and detonates, dealing heavy explosion damage. Okay. Yeah. That's weird. Expensive. Not really expensive. It's 50. And then the tower, we got Ballista Tower or Electro Tower. Electricity travels on conductive ground. Shoots a siege bolt at the enemy's location. I'm a pretty big fan of the siege bolt. No, not the war room. We gotta upgrade our stats. Let's mutate again. Another one increases my crit damage further, but not my crit chance. So let's increase my crit chance further. That only does it on my ranged weapons, so I'm assuming only my Blunderbussy. Each kill increases critical damage by 15% for 15 seconds, stacks up to 5 times separately. Well, I'd like the killing 3 enemies to heal, but I actually haven't been in a situation where an enemy hits me yet. Well, not since I started using that wall tactic. Weight, I don't really need to concern myself with because I haven't gone over it yet. Total stamina increased by 10%. Reduces the effects of duration of weakening. Lowering your weight increases your melee damage up to 50% at half weight. Kill 10 enemies within 3 seconds for rage for 15 seconds. Ignore stamina cost, take half damage, and have 20% life steal on melee attacks. That's pretty cool. Reduces the effect and duration of frostbite. Increases the number of consumables per weight by 2. Reduces the duration of blaze. Throw 2 additional bombs with reduced effects. When you have multiple clockwork active, each clockwork increases the total damage of clockworks by 7.5%. I don't have any clockworks yet. You can place booby traps instantly without breaking motion. Oh, I think booby traps are my... is my little shooty thing. Okay. So, no, my traps weren't doing more damage. What's the one that increases my spike traps? Is it mechanical damage? Because the hammer's at the bottom right, so it's not the hammer. Increases the physical damage of weapons by 10%, dealing critical damage. Okay, so we'll... Oh, I didn't get a level up. Okay, that's awkward. I was just staring at this for no reason then. I like the fire one. Let's craft another Blunderbussy. A tier 1. No, thank you. Another tier 1. No, thank you. Another tier 1. No, thank you. Okay. Well, I'm poor again. Alright. Well, I think that's it for this one. I'll see y'all in the next one. I think I will probably keep playing this. I don't know if I'll play it on stream, though, so I don't know how frequently I'm going to upload stuff for this. But I got quite a few other things I got to upload, too. I did actually get sent a bunch of keys recently for a variety of things. One of the games is supposedly very, very bad. And you'll find out which one when I actually play it, because I will definitely complain about it. I'm not someone who can keep their mouth shut about bad games, I guess. But yeah, see y'all next time. Bye.